answered.
You know, I think more so it's getting that way, but it's like you just need that one. Have you ever thought of going out and seeing them, trying to catch them at the door?
Yeah, there's one. I wrote down an address that I want to go just knock on their door and just talk to them.
You know, I think even if you go out there and they're not home and you just leave your business card and then you keep trying to call them and then you do get a hold of them, I think you going out and making an effort to go see them is more than most agents. So that one extra step may just be what gets you the listing.
Yeah, well, it's a wrong phone number, so going there is about my only option.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be your only option. Did you get the script?
What is it? It's closes.
So I've got just the normal script that I normally give out, and then there's the powerful closes as well. So I have that up.
Yeah, I think I have it in I have a folder with scripts in it. So I've noticed a lot of the expireds that Aaron sends is they expired now, but they were withdrawn like 2 or 3 months ago from the market. And then they just finally expire out now, and that's why they show up.
I mean, normally what happens is either people decide not to sell, or they call their agent, they want to get out of the listing, and then the agent doesn't cancel it out until the listing expires.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I should call them because they've been off the market for 3 months or more now.
I would call and just find out what the situation is. Find out if they're still wanting to sell, what's their motivation. I mean, I would, even with expires, I would call 3, 6, even, further back than that, and just find out if people are still wanting to sell.
Right.
Because, you know what I mean? Find out, hey, do you know what's going on with the market? Are you still wanting to sell? What's the, find out what their motivation is.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'll put up do you have just the normal script, or do you want me to put that one up here?
The expired script?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, I'll leave the closes up then here. And we'll just go right into this. One close that's on here that, or that's not on here, is, you know how you go always for a second opinion, like when you go to a doctor, or you want to see an attorney, or you're going to build a home, you normally don't just go see, like look in the phone book and go, okay, I'm just going to go see that person, right? You normally, if you do, you're asking people for references, or you talk to people that's been to them. You know what I mean? And you can kind of use that as an example, like, when you're calling an expired and they just want to stay with their same agent, and you say, when you go see a doctor or you're building a home, what is the reason why you get more than one referral, or you go talk to more than one person? And they say, well, we want to get our best deal, or we want to find out, how they do their business. And you say, real estate really is the same way. Not all agents are created the same. We all kind of do our business different. And so, it's in your advantage to talk to several of us and see who is your best fit, right? Okay. So you're the agent, and we'll just start out here. I'm the expired. So tell me when you're ready.
Okay.
If you're ready, are you ready to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Oh, I can go. I just was looking for my thing, my script. Okay, so just the expired script?
Yep, just expired script.
Okay.
But since you're the only one on, I don't want to put you on the spot. I'm happy to go first if you want me to.
No, I can. That's fine.
Okay.
Hello, I'm calling about the home for sale. Is this the owner?
It is.
Great, this is Don with Remax. I'm sure you realize by now that your home came off the market as an expired listing, and I was just calling to set up an appointment to preview your home and spend about 30 minutes with you just sharing my marketing plan. Which would be better for you, today at 7 or tomorrow at 2?
Oh, Dawn, we're not moving anymore.
Oh, you're not? Why not?
You know, we didn't sell the house, so we're probably just gonna stay put, but we sure appreciate you calling.
Okay, well, what was your reason for putting the home on the market before?
Well, we had made some different plans with my husband's job and we were gonna head south.
Okay, did those job opportunities not pan out?
Well, I mean, they're still there, but you know, the market changed and so we didn't get the home sold, so we just kind of decided we were just gonna stay.
Okay, when you say you were gonna move south, do you mean like St. George, Phoenix? What's your definition of south?
Yeah, we were thinking St. George.
Oh, okay, just trying to get a little bit warmer weather. Okay. Um, well, if I could share with you my marketing plan, if it worked out for you, would you still be interested in making that move down south to enjoy that weather?
We just heard that the market just, you know, isn't a good time right now, so I think that it's probably best that we just hold off.
Actually, I hate to contradict things you've heard, but actually the market is pretty good right now. Especially this time of year, there's a lot of sellers who say, we'll hold off and we'll wait till spring. Well, then you've got all that competition that you're working against. Right now, there's fewer homes on the market and you don't have quite so much competition for the buyers that are out there looking. And you know how the weather is right now. If there's a buyer out there looking, they're pretty serious or they wouldn't be out in this weather. So it's actually not a bad time to put your home on the market. Um, if I could help you know that it could work out, could I still come by and maybe talk to you and your husband about maybe getting down to St. George?
Well, and then the other thing is, you know, homes aren't worth as much, rates are so high, we just think we might want to wait until rates come down a little bit.
Well, you're correct that homes aren't as worth as much as they were, this time last year. But you still, how long have you been in your home, Katie?
Like 20 years.
Oh, you've got a ton of equity then, unless you've used it for something else. But I'm sure you have a lot of equity in your home. And so, the value of your home, it's kind of sixes, because when you get down to St. George, their values have come down a little bit too. And so you can get a better price on a home down there. Plus, you're going to have so much equity in your home that interest rates may not be a big factor for you right now because your down payment is going to be so large. And then obviously you can always refinance, when rates come back down. Plus, when you turn around and buy down there in St. George, sellers are a little bit negotiable. You could maybe get even a better price down there than maybe you could, 6 months from now.
We hadn't really thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's you're in a great equity position. You can make lots of choices with the down payment that you have. So yeah, if it makes sense to you, could I still come by maybe tomorrow at 2?
Yeah, could you come by a little bit later, like around 4?
4 o'clock tomorrow would be excellent. Let me just make sure I have the right address for you. And then I just have a couple other questions for you.
Perfect. I know I was throwing everything at you, Don. You did awesome.
Yeah.
You did awesome. That was great. You see how we just need to, I mean, I think a lot of buyers, sellers are feeling that way, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think they they just hear so much stuff on the news about, oh, it's just so bad and nothing's happening. And
Yeah, if they knew what an opportunity it was as far as buying on the other end to get in before rates do go down, right? As far as negotiating, let's get you in, let's see if it makes sense, before rates do go down, because once rates go down, those prices are going to go back up, right?
correct.
So, and you want to be careful though too, right? Because you don't want them to like think, well, maybe we want to wait till our house goes back up. But then you want to remind them, you want to buy something, right? So if you want to really get a good deal on the buy, this is really the time to go in and negotiate. Get a really good deal. You're still getting a really good price on your home. But man, those builders, they're paying, I mean, I talked to an agent down in St. George. There's builders paying as high as 3 and 4% as far as like buyers, like for I'm thinking of the word buy down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like it's a huge opportunity for buyers, right? So I talked to a builder, an agent that works for a builder the other day. They have over 100 homes in their inventory right now. Like these buyers wanted a bathroom in a loft upstairs. They will not accommodate that. They used to do that, but because they have over 100 homes in their inventory, the builder says we cannot do that because we have so many homes in our inventory right now that have already been started that we cannot accommodate anything like that because we have so many homes in our inventory.
Right. Well, and the other thing is they're not starting any new homes. And so when rates go down and buyers come back, then we're going to have the same inventory problem.
We are, absolutely. So they are negotiable right now, big time. So, all right. Well, do you want to go again? Or do you want me to take a turn?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm okay if you go again.
Okay. I'm just looking for one more thing, so hold on a second.
Should we read through these closes real quick, just so that we can kind of use these if we need to?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, well, we'll just read every other one. You start with number 1.
Before you get yourself tied up in a multi-month contract for thousands of dollars, don't you think you owe it to yourself to just get one more opinion? All I need is 30 minutes. Are you available?
Why did your last agent say that your home didn't sell? That's funny. While your agent was making excuses, we sold hundreds of homes. John, all I need is 30 minutes of your time to show you how I do it. Which would be better for you, tomorrow at 3 or Monday at 2?
Why do you think some agents sell a lot of houses while others don't? That's exactly why we need to get together. I'll show you exactly why we sold 20 homes while yours was on the market. Are you available?
John, we are all familiar with the definition of insanity. You want to be careful with that one, right? Doing the same thing over and over, but each time expecting a different result. Your home didn't sell the first time, and doesn't it make sense that in order to get a different result, you need a different strategy? That's the very reason we need to get together. Now, what works better for you, tomorrow at 2 or Monday at 1?
Katie, we sold 20 homes while yours was on the market. Do you want to sell your home? Then you need a different approach. Are you available today at 2?
Great. Then there's that phrase. What was that phrase that we use sometimes? That's a little softer than that. Are you familiar with the techniques I use to sell homes? That's exactly why we should get together, so I can share with you how I sell real estate differently, right? So it's not quite so abrupt, right? That's the very reason we need to get together, because I will share with you what we do differently to sell homes we list. What works better for you?
Katie, in a declining market, is time on your side? That's why we have created a strategy that will help you sell faster and as a result, make you more money. And that's what you're really looking for, isn't it? What's the best time to get together to share that strategy with you? Today at 2 or Monday at 7?
You said that you had to move to St. George in the next 60 days. Is that correct? Did you know that in today's market, with the correct marketing and exposure, it's taking an average of over 30 days to get the home sold or whatever? Based on the time it takes to get a home sold on the market, get it properly exposed to the public and sell it, we need to get together as soon as possible. Which works better for you, tomorrow at 2 or Monday at 1, before I come out?
It only takes 30 minutes for me to show you how my team has been selling homes in this market. Then you can judge for yourself if it makes more sense to list your home now or to leave it off the market. The good news is, no matter what you decide, you'll have exposed your home to a powerful team that sells a lot of property. What works best for you, today or tomorrow?
Good. So basically, we're just helping them make sure they realize that it's a value and benefit to them to at least talk to someone else, right? Like, we understand you are loyal to this person, you listed with them, but you owe it to you, your family, your future of wherever your plans are, to at least meet with somebody else. I've got some time this time or this time, right? All right, let's do this again here. All right, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling about the home for sale. Is this the owner?
Yes, it is.
Great. This is Katie, and I'm with Remax Associates, and I'm sure that you realize by now that your home came off the market as an expired listing. And I was just calling to see if I could set up an appointment to preview your home and just spend 30 minutes with you sharing with you my marketing plan. Are you available either today around 3 o'clock or tomorrow around 1 o'clock? Which would work better for you?
You know what? We're just trying to sell it ourselves now. So we're not talking to agents right now.
And you know what? I can completely appreciate that. Can I ask you for your first name?
This is Don.
Don. I can't imagine, I've sold a couple of homes myself, personal homes, and I can't imagine anything more frustrating than having your home on the market for 6 months and not having it sell. People coming, tramping through your home, scheduling appointments and not showing up, and not getting it sold. And if I were to talk to your agent that you've had, why would they tell me that your home did not sell?
Oh, they kept saying we were overpriced.
Okay, did they ever come out and try to show you what's going on in the market and kind of help you understand what they meant by that?
Not really. They just kept saying that similar homes were selling for less money.
Okay, did they keep in good contact with you in regards to all of that, what's going on in the market?
Oh yeah, they would call, every other week or so and just say nothing new's going on.
Okay. Why do you feel it didn't sell?
I don't know. I actually thought we were priced pretty well. I don't know. I don't know that they were motivated to list it, but I don't know if they were that motivated to get it sold or, just kind of moved on to something else.
Sure. And I'm looking at the stats of your house, Don, and it looks like a really great house. Can you tell me, what are the reasons why you bought the home?
Oh, we just really liked the location. It was close to all the schools and, it's close to Front Runner and it's a convenient location and it just really met our needs at the time.
Okay, did the agent ever tell you that there needed to be changes to the home, or did they give you feedback what the buyers were saying about the property?
No, not really. They said some people didn't like the chickens in the backyard.
Okay, but were you taking those with you?
What's that?
Were you taking those with you, or are you leaving those there?
With the price of eggs, I'm taking them with me.
That's what I assumed.
I really don't have chickens.
And share with me, Don, what is the reason why you guys are selling your home?
Oh, we were just thinking of getting rid of our stairs, getting into a single level home.
Okay. And were you planning on staying in the same area, or were you going to move somewhere away, or?
Yeah, in the general area was our plan.
But you didn't have to be specific. You just would like to stay locally.
Yeah, no specific
No
location.
boundaries or, anything like that you're dealing with.
No, just in the general area.
Okay. Did you have something new construction, or were you going to buy existing, or did you have that figured out?
Didn't rule anything out. Just would actually really like to get into mountain green, but that's just really expensive.
Now it's not, there's actually a new subdivision actually going in Mountain Green right now, several. So it's actually more affordable now with what's going on with the market, which is kind of exciting. Anything else that you were looking for in that next move?
No, just one level living, open floor plan.
Okay. And Dawn, if we could get your home sold, and while your home was on the market, we sold, hundreds of homes, and I'm not quite sure why your home did not sell when you had it up. The market has changed. You probably won't get as much as when you first listed it, as when you first did your CMA. But the great news is you're going to get a great deal on the other end. Builders, sellers are in a very negotiating mood right now. There are buy downs that you can do. And if we sat down and we looked at the numbers, and it was possible for you to get into a single level type of property and what you guys are looking for, even in Mountain Green, and the numbers all looked good and it made sense, wouldn't it make sense for us to sit down for 30 minutes and see if that was possible for you guys right now?
Well, if I don't have to pay commission, then that's just more money I can put down on the next home, which will just benefit us. So we'd really like to sell it ourselves to, that way we've got extra money to put down or, use for improvements if we would need to.
No, that makes sense. And why did you hire an agent before?
Well, we were kind of in a hurry before, we wanted to take advantage of the market and stuff. But now that we won't get as much, then that's even less money in our pocket. So.
Well, Don, I think that as far as urgency, like when rates come back down, I think that prices are going to go back up and you're going to lose your opportunity to negotiate with sellers. Right now, lenders are paying money for you to do buy downs on loans, and prices are at, I think a low to where when rates go down and prices go up, you can really build some great equity in that next home. So as far as, getting in before that happens, I think that's something that we want to work against the clock and get your home sold and get you into that next property. The other thing that I found when the market was really hot is I found a lot of for sale by owners selling to investors and neighbors and people quickly, that where they lost thousands and thousands of dollars because they didn't put it, across a worldwide platform where they could have got thousands of extra dollars in their pocket, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I know there's a few people who have sold to, these people. I get cards in the mail all the time saying they're going to buy my house. I'm sure that's at a discount. So I certainly don't want to do that. We were actually just really hoping to not even get a loan, just to use our proceeds for the new home.
But as a for sale by owner, what are your methods of advertising?
I don't know. I think there's a for sale by owner magazine. We'll stick it on KSL. You know, we've had a few friends who've been successful with that.
So, but if you talk to your friends that have been successful, I bet they would tell you that their phone calls are with neighbors, local investors. They really don't attract people coming in from out of state that have a lot of money, have cash, you know, people that can really drive up the price of your property. So you're really leaving thousands of dollars on the table when you don't list with an agent that attracts full-time agents that are bringing in buyers, qualified buyers looking for properties like yours.
Are there still out-of-state buyers coming in?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I thought that dried up a little bit. I haven't seen too many people from out of state lately.
I mean, Utah still has one of the best economies out there. So for sure. So Don, if we were to sit down and it made sense, the numbers made sense, the commission made sense, and even paying a commission, what we could get for your home here in this current market, putting it across the MLS and exposing it on a worldwide platform. You've got REMAX too. I mean, we have 150,000 agents worldwide. I think there's only 2 companies in the world that have that many agents worldwide. So you're really advertising it on the biggest platform out there, as far as exposing it and getting the most money possible. So if it makes sense and we can get that much money for your home, and then again, on the other side, get you a really great deal, you know, are you available either tomorrow around 2 or Monday at around 1 o'clock? Do either of those times work for you guys?
It would need to be Monday around 7.
Monday at 7. Could you do Tuesday at 7?
No.
You could not do Tuesday at 7? Could you do Wednesday at 7?
Yes.
Okay, well, Wednesday at 7 it is, and I will see you Wednesday at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Now, Don, there's just a couple more questions that I have for you.
More questions? You've already asked me a lot.
Hey, it's just a couple things about your house and just a few things. I don't waste your time when I come out, when I'm valuing your home. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'll be really quick. Yeah, you were tough. Hey, the reason why I did that at the end with setting the appointment is I wanted to show that you can control your schedule. Now, if I was talking to someone that had to get their home sold because they were in a job transfer situation or they were talking to a lot of other agents, then I would have met him Monday at 7, right? But one of my qualifying questions is going to be, are you going to be talking to other agents, or are you talking to other agents? And if he is talking to other agents or his wife or someone that is a decision maker in this, I'm going to meet with him before he talks to these other agents. I'm not going to wait till Wednesday, right? So yes, we can control our schedule and do it on our scheduled time, unless there's these other factors, right? Otherwise, why do we go out there if there's no sense? They're already going to list their house, right? Yeah. But if we're talking to someone like Dawn, who has no intention of moving, they're not talking to any other agents, there's some motivation, obviously, and they're going to be reasonable about the price. There's some motivation for him to move, and it makes sense to him, and he's motivated and on board, but he's not talking to anybody else. Then we as agents can control our schedule, right? Our kid has a game Monday night, right? Or, you know, there's something very urgent that we have to be to Monday night. We shouldn't bow out of our personal obligations just because someone asked us to, if it's not absolutely necessary. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And we as agents do this all the time. we cut out on everybody in our life because someone asked us to, right? So it better be like really urgent if we're gonna do that to people in our lives, right?
Yeah.
That was what, the only reason I wanted to do that is just to prove that unless it's absolutely necessary, we really don't have, or do it on Saturday, you know, so we don't miss out on that important event on Monday night, right? Okay. Any questions about any of that?
No,
Anything that could have been done differently?
no, I thought you did a good job.
So it's really just working through each individual thing and then, you know, gathering information and then just trying to close them, right? Using their motivation and then closing them again, right? So, all right. Are you ready to go for it again, Don?
Sure.
Have we had, I'm like, I should have sent out my text again. I ran out of time, but it probably would have been worth my while to send out my text again. So that's okay. Get lots of practice.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, I'm calling about the home for sale. Is this the owner?
Yes.
Great. This is Don with Remax Associates. I'm sure you realize by now that your home has come off the market as an expired listing. And I was just calling to set up an appointment to preview your home and spend about 30 minutes with you sharing my marketing plan. Could I come out Tuesday at 2 or would Saturday at 5 be better?
Don, we're not interested. We're no longer moving.
Oh, you're no longer moving. Okay. What caused you to put your home on the market before?
Well, we were going to, I should have thought of a reason. Give me a reason. I'm totally blank.
You're
Oh my God.
you hate your neighbors and they moved, so
Oh
you
my
don't
God,
have
thank
to.
you. You know, we were having some issues with our neighbors and, but things are kind of better now. And because we didn't sell our home, I guess we'll just, I don't know, I guess we'll just live with it.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you're having troubles with your neighbors. If your home were to sell, where were you planning on going next?
You know, we've been here for about 15 years and we just really kind of wanted to build, we have a lot of equity in our house and we just thought we would build something. But we've made peace with it and we're just, because the market's changed, we're just gonna stay here, but we really appreciate you calling.
Okay, well, yeah, you are true, the market has changed, but all those changes aren't necessarily bad, especially if you were planning on building. Builders are very negotiable right now. They have a lot of homes on their inventory. And so they are doing some things that they've not been doing the last couple of years. They are contributing to buying down your interest rate for you, which will make your monthly payment less. You could negotiate maybe having them finish off some area in the basement, if that's something that you're looking into. What particular areas were you thinking of building in?
Well, Don, that sounds really interesting. We hadn't heard all that, but you know, you didn't show our home and we really trusted the agent that we listed with, so maybe we'll just sell it ourselves.
Okay, that is always an option. Did the agent give you any reasons why the home didn't sell?
No, in fact, they never did talk to us ever.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Do you think that's why the home didn't sell, is just because lack of communication?
We're not sure if they did anything. I mean, they came over and we signed papers and we basically didn't hear from them.
Okay, did the home get shown very often?
Maybe like 3 times.
3 times. Oh, wow.
We don't know what they thought, or we didn't hear any feedback, like nothing.
Okay. Well, while your home was on the market for 6 months waiting to sell, I actually sold 7 homes during that time period. So homes are still selling. There is proof of that. I would love to come out and just share my marketing plans with you. Would Tuesday at 7 work, or would Thursday at 2 be better?
I guess we can meet you on Thursday.
Thursday, great. That would be awesome. I just have a couple of more questions for you before I come out.
It's funny to listen on this end, because like you just have to hit that button with people of like they're just frustrated, right? So you just have to find that thing with them, and all of a sudden they're meeting with you, right?
Yeah.
So this is why, just when you're talking to people, just don't give up, right? Just show that empathy, like realize that they're embarrassed, right? They had motivation, or they would have never signed papers and listed with an agent, paid
Right.
commission to move. There was motivation. They wanted to sell their house, but they're embarrassed that their home didn't sell. They're mad at all the real estate agents. So if you can like appeal to their, be empathetic and be real, like appeal to their logical side of things, all of a sudden, like they want to meet with you. Like you're showing them that you can get them what they want, right? And that it wasn't their fault, right? They think it's their fault, like their house wasn't good enough, would have sold if their house was good enough, or whatever else, but they're blaming themselves, not anybody else. So it's really interesting. So, all right. I'm trying to think how we could do this, because there's just the two of us. I wanted to kind of like shout out just some close, like so we can use these closes. So I'm just going to kind of say something like not closing, and you use one of the closes, and then you say something to me and I'll use one of the closes. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So I was hoping there would be more people on the call, but that's okay. So I'll try to go kind of down the list, so you don't have to like search for something. Don, I just, the person that we listed with was a family friend. And so I think we're just going to list with him and give him another shot at it, just because I don't want to cause problems with our family friend.
Katie, I can certainly understand that. But before you get yourself tied up in another, 5-6 month contract for thousands of dollars, don't you think you owe it to yourself just to get one more opinion? All I need is 30 minutes to talk to you and your husband. Are you available on Tuesday at 2 or Saturday at 5?
I guess you're probably right. Let's do Saturday.
Okay, thank you. We've just decided to keep our home off the market. It wasn't getting shown very much, and so we're just thinking that homes are sitting now, and we don't want to just be stale stuff on the market.
Okay, I can appreciate that, Dawn. Why did your last agent say that your home didn't sell?
They didn't really give us a reason.
Oh, that's unfortunate, and it's funny because while your agent was kind of making excuses with you, our company sold hundreds of homes. Dawn, all I need is 30 minutes of your time to show you the techniques that I use to sell homes. Which would be better for you, tomorrow around 3 or Monday around 1 o'clock?
Tomorrow at 3 would be best.
Perfect. Before I come out, I got just a couple more quick questions. Let's see. So, our agent just really never communicate with us. They never called us back. I don't even know what they did for us while our home was listed with them.
Okay, why do you think some agents sell a lot of houses while others don't?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that's exactly why we need to get together. I'll show you exactly why we sold 7 homes while yours was on the market. Are you available Tuesday at 2 or Friday at 3?
Let's do Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday at 2, that would be great. I just have a couple more questions for you before we end our conversation.
Perfect.
We're just thinking of going with the re-signing with our agent. We're good friends and they worked really hard. It just didn't get sold though, so we're gonna give them one more chance.
You know what, John? I can completely appreciate the fact that there is a personal relationship there. And it's one of the reasons why it's difficult to do business with someone that you know. But you probably know the definition of insanity. It's when you do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So doesn't it make sense that in order to get a different result, you need a different strategy? I would love to show you my techniques that I use in order to sell a home. And that's the very reason why we need to get together. Do you have some time either tomorrow at 3 or Monday at 1? I mean, that one's, I don't know if I ever say that. I probably don't use insanity. I probably just say, I can appreciate that you have a friend in the business and you value that relationship. But, I know you can, agree with me that in order to get a different result, you do something over and over and over and over again, you've got to change your strategy in order to get a different result. Or you're just going to keep on getting that same result. Can you agree with that? Right? And then, you owe it to your family, to yourself, to get another opinion, to see how other people do business. Are you familiar with the techniques that I use to do business? Right?
Well, this agent lives in our neighborhood, and it's going to be pretty awkward if we sing, at church and at activities and stuff. And I just don't know if I want to put myself in that uncomfortable position.
So what's more important to you as far as what's the reason why you're selling your home?
We just really want to change. We've been here so long. We just want something new and fresh.
Are you planning on staying in the same neighborhood when you move?
No.
So you'll probably never see this person ever again?
I hope not.
So what I would say is if this person cares about you and your family, they'll want what's best for you and what your goals and what you guys want to accomplish as a family, which is to go to your next location of, your goals, correct?
Yeah. If he's truly my friend, he would want what's best for me.
No, he would absolutely. And, you gave him the last 6 months to accomplish that. And while your home was on the market, our company sold hundreds of homes. And I'm not quite sure why your home did not sell. So if anything, whether you list with me or not, I think you owe it to yourself to see maybe why that home didn't sell and see the techniques that we use to sell homes. Because I really feel like there's no reason why your home shouldn't have sold in the last 6 months. Are you available this time or this time? Right?
Okay. Well, he did tell me the other day that he thinks he's got a buyer for it. So I would hate to lose that buyer.
Well, I will call him up and let him be the first person to get through with his buyer before anybody else goes through and sells it. And then he's able to get the 3% commission on the other end.
So he's still able to show it then?
He's still able to show it, and he's still able to receive half the commission on it, just like he would if he were the listing agent and receive half the commission.
Okay.
So, and I'll call him and let him know, and he's able to get his buyer through very first before it gets sold.
Okay.
Is 3 or Monday at 1 work better for you?
Monday at 1, please.
Perfect.
Okay, I threw in a lot of excuses there.
Yeah, but I mean, people want a reason, like, so that they can call their friend and say, you know, hey, you know, we're going to make sure that we can get your buyer in very first. Like, you give them what they can say to them, right? They just don't know what to say to them. They want out. They just don't know what to say to them. So you give them those things that they can use to say.
Okay.
And if it's a family member, like a mother, a child, like someone that's like, it's like, hey, I'm stuck in this contract with my mother and she's not selling my house. Like, she's part-time, she doesn't know what she's doing, she's pretty new, or even if she's not selling the house. So you can even work out things like, hey, what if I pay her a referral fee? That way you move on. I know I can get you from sold. You owe it to yourself just to talk to somebody else, especially you gave her 6 months. I'll call her, I'll work out a referral with her. So that way she gets a referral, so she still gets paid. If she brings a buyer, she still gets the buyer end on it. So she could possibly get a referral and the buyer side. But then you can move on with a listing company that can actually advertise it, get it priced right, and you can get moved on to where you guys need to be. What time is better for you this time or this time? Like, those things happen, right?
Yeah.
They want, like, this is their money, this is their equity in their house, this is their livelihood. They're trying to move on, right? So, all right, anything else you can think of? Out of time. But these really are, like, I always say, you've got to match them to your personality. You got to say them the way that you would say them, right? So if you practice them enough, then you can say them the way that you would say them, right? That's why you can tell that I change some words. You know, I don't say them exactly like the script. So, but I say them the way that I say them, right? Because I can only say what, like, I believe in and how I would say something to somebody.
Okay. Hey, I do have another question on Mondays when you do the group coaching. What is that?
So group coaching is basically an accountability. And it's also like just to talk a little bit about the market. If you would like a little bit of extra accountability, like we have kind of a text group going on right now where we can like encourage and motivate each other to like get our contacts done, you know, whatever your goals are. So you tell the group what your goals are, and then, you know, you report like, hey, I got my calls in. So we do have that extra accountability going on, whoever wants to participate in that. But we're basically setting our goals for the week, talking about our victories, and then if we have extra time, like if someone has like a shared challenge that people are having, we'll maybe talk about that. But it's really just a shared camaraderie, like talking about the market and just an overall setting goals for the week. You know, because things get away from you, you know, like it can be weeks and weeks, and then all of a sudden it's like, you know, you kind of get off track. So it's just, you know, narrowing you back in, what are you focusing on for the week?
Okay.
So we had a good group on this last week. So I think it will be good.
Okay.
So, all right. Well, hopefully that helps anyone that is trying to call expired, and we'll post this on the bulletin. And thanks for being on, Don.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you for your time.
Of course, and go call expired, keep calling them. And let
Yeah,
me know, how you're doing.
okay.
Okay, thanks, you guys.
See you.
Thanks, Don.